Hi 3D modelers. It's been a while since I recorded a video tutorial for you, so I'm excited to share this. We're finally going to go back into SketchUp and work with the chairs that we built a few weeks ago in week 8 when you tested your knowledge of the SketchUp tools to build those two chairs to the specific dimensions. Most of you did a really good job with that. Even if your dimensions were slightly off, that's okay. I commented on that in your grade reports from a couple of weeks ago, so you can find out if anything was off in there. If you did create them to the perfect dimensions, good for you, because that was a really challenging assignment. What we're going to do this week is we're going to duplicate these chairs into a nice set and build a table to go with them. The first thing I want you to do is decide which of the two chairs you like better. So for me, I liked this more rounded backing better than the square, boring chair. But that's okay if you like the more square chair. It's all personal preference. And what I want to do with this chair is I actually want to alter it so that I really like it. And it's something that expresses my personality and something I might want to put in my own house. And the first thing that I notice about this particular chair that I don't really like is that the backing is really short. If I orbit around here, the seat is really big and then the backing is really short. So I'm going to change that. And to do that, I'm going to get rid of this top section here. That way I can push and pull this backing up more to a height that I like better. That looks pretty good. I did, however, now this actually kind of looks like the original chair that we built before the rounded one. But I liked that rounded backing, so I'm actually going to build a new one right on top here. That looks pretty good. So now I need to turn around and push and pull it so that it fits over the top of the chair. Perfect. So that's a little bit more of a nice looking chair to me. Now my legs look slightly short for that backing. So what I could do is I could come in here and push and pull these all a little bit. I'll go another 2 inches down. All right. So here is my new and improved chair. There are a lot of different things that you can do to this. You could round these corners off if you wanted, make this more circular. You could change the size of your legs. You could make a chunkier chair, a skinnier chair, whatever you want to do to it to make it more exciting to you, you can do. What I do want to show you though is that in order to get a whole set of chairs really fast in all the same chair, you want to create what's called a component. So if I select this whole chair, we've learned before how to make a group. If we right click here and we click make group, that creates this chair into a single object. It's not a bunch of different parts anymore. Now this is all one object. I can move it around really easily if I wanted to. But another thing that I can do after I make it a group is, I'm going to select it again, I can make this what's called a component. I'm going to click make component. We're going to keep it really simple. I'm going to title this chair. It asks you for a description. I'm just going to put chair for now. And then it asks you for some specific alignment selections. You don't really need to get into anything fancy yet. It's asking you where to glue this to. I'm just going to select horizontal because that way I know that my chair is always going to be on that flat plane, so they'll all sit on the same plane instead of one being higher than the other. So once I do that, I'm going to click create. So I'm going to replace this because I've already created one. So I'm going to click replace. Okay, so now if I copy and paste this, well, I have it selected here. I'm going to copy and I'm gonna paste. There's my chair. And because I glued it to the horizontal axis, they all sit nicely on this. This is really convenient. I'm gonna copy and paste again. I can get a bunch of chairs in here. Now, what I want to show you is if I go back, and remember when you have groups, you got to click inside them if you want to work into the chairs. If I go back inside this group right here and I select something, notice how all of the other chairs have changed, which is really cool because I can build this new chair one time. I don't have to build it 6 times to get a set of 6 chairs. So like if I wanted to start getting really fancy and draw into the back of this chair here to create some sort of cutout or something like that, I can do that here. I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to select. Fix that. Okay. I can push and pull that out. You all know this is the tricky part. There we go. Now I can see right through my chair, but not just that one, all 5 of them. It's pretty awesome. So then if I wanted to adjust these legs again and I pushed and pulled these again, they're all gonna change. All of them are gonna change at the same time. So when you recreate your chair, you should create that first one as a component first. Then, I messed up my chair. Then you can go in and make it whatever you want and you'll already have a whole set of them. So you can decide how many chairs you want to build. I would like you to make at least a set of 4. You can do 4, 6, 8. If you want to have a round table for them to sit around, you could do an odd number. You could do 5 or 7, anywhere from 4 to 8 chairs. And they should all be the same. And if I pan over here, you can see I actually created some chairs over here. So this was the chair that I worked on earlier. This is a chair that I like, that I built. So if I wanted to make this a component, I'll do this again so that you can see. So I'm gonna select this chair, make it a group, just in case I didn't do that before. Click again, click make component. I'll call this chair number 2. All right, oops. Let me try this again. I accidentally exited out of there. Okay. Select my chair. Make sure this is a group. Click in again, make component. All right, try this again. Chair number 2. Glue to horizontal. All right, that's better. So now this chair is a component. Now if I copy this, I'm pasting the same chair, but again, if I go into this one and I change something about it, remember you have to click into it when it's a group. If I change something about this chair, it's also going to change my other chair. And now I actually have 2 components. I have chair number 1 and chair number 2. And so whatever I change about this chair is going to change this one. And whatever I change about this chair is going to change all 5 of my other chairs. So you should create the component first. Take the chair you want to recreate, make it a group, then make it a component, and then you can copy and paste it however many times you want. Once you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chairs, then you can start to rebuild the chair and it will rebuild them all at the same time. It's really super convenient. Once you have this, oh, and so feel free to use a 3D warehouse because that's how I created this baby right here with the cushion. My nice little cushion doesn't look so comfy. So I added materials, I changed the dimensions of the chair from the original chair, and I went to the 3D warehouse and found a cushion. You can do whatever you want to your chair as long as somebody could sit on it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of some of my other chairs here. I don't want these ones. That was just practice. So I'm going to copy and paste chair number 2 a couple of times so I can get some more chairs in here. All right, so now copy and paste. All right, so now I have a set of 4 chairs. What I want to do now is I want to build a table for my chairs to go around. I want you to use the same techniques that you used when you built your chairs a few weeks ago. And how we did that was we actually created a big box. We created a big 3-dimensional box and we cut into the box to get the chair. This time it will be a little more fun, hopefully for you, because you don't have to follow the specific dimensions. So I'm going to start by drawing a rectangle, and I'll use my chairs as a guide. I know that my table should be bigger than my chairs. I'm going to make it like this big. Okay, now I'm going to push and pull. Let me orbit to the side here. I'm going to push and pull this up or down. See how it's above my chairs a little bit? Let me see if I can get this more on the ground. That's better. That's what I really wanted. All right, let's try this again. Nice big rectangle. Gonna get rid of this one. Okay, so now my rectangle's on the floor. That's what I wanted. I think I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Because I want to be able to fit my chairs around. I'm gonna make a bunch of chairs for this table. So one more time. I'm up above again. Trial and error, folks. This is how you get good at SketchUp. Okay. This one looks good. So I am going to make a big box by pushing and pulling this up. I can orbit around to see how high up I created my table. That looks like a pretty good distance. I'm just gonna come up a tiny bit higher so people can eat at my table. So now, just like you did with the chairs, you're gonna go underneath and you're gonna draw into your table to create some legs. You can have however many legs you want. It doesn't matter to me. Make the table look like whatever you want it to look like. Just make sure you do not download something from the 3D Warehouse. I will be able to tell. I want you to build this yourself. So I'm just gonna really quickly build some legs so you can remember how to do this. Actually, let's see how big I made this. So this side is about almost 6 feet. I created a nice big table. This side is almost 13 feet. So I'm gonna make my legs, I'm gonna say 10 inches across. So I'm gonna take my pen tool, I'm gonna draw across here 10 inches. There's my line. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. It even remembers, look at that, 10 inches from right here. And then again, one more time. All right, now I can take my eraser tool, erase these lines that I don't need. There's the base of my 4 legs. And now I can push and pull this up, orbit back on top. It's a little chunky, but that's okay. Now I could fix that. This is so nice because I don't have to do any measuring because I'm building it myself. So now I know that my 4 chairs can fit on this side of the table. I could put 4 chairs here and 1 on each end. I should probably think about the material of my table. Do I want it to match my chairs? What do I want it to look like? For now, I'm just going to add a color. And make sure you orbit all the way around your furniture so that you put materials on all sides. And so in the end, I am eventually going to have 10 chairs around my table. Once you've done that, I would like you to find your favorite view of your table. So let's say mine's right here. Obviously, I'm going to finish this up, but for the purposes of your time, I'm going to stop here. So you're going to have all your chairs sitting around your table. You're going to save this as a SketchUp file. You're going to upload that SketchUp file to the shared Google Drive folder. And then you are going to export this as a 2D graphic that's a flat image. If you don't remember how to do that, there is a video tutorial from way earlier in our course about this, okay? So export as a 2D graphic, which is a JPEG or a PNG file, and you're gonna upload that to the Dropbox. So I will have a SketchUp file in Google Drive, and I will have a 2D graphic in the Dropbox, and then you will have completed your SketchUp assignment for the week. And then we are down to the last stretch of our class. You guys are doing a great job. I hope your first couple of weeks of school are going well. I miss you all. I can't wait to see you in our webinar next week. If you have any questions when you start to build your chairs and your table, just let me know via email or the discussion board. Thanks for watching. Have a good time.